going to share today. And a few years ago, Master did say, normally in Chinese we say it's a new year, but for Master, she more prefer that we are seize every moment and every second, and to take care of our heart. So it's better that the new year we have a very strong restoration, returning to pure true nature, and by accepting the Buddha's teaching. So, and next, let us see the couplet for this year. And Master give us two sentences. First, Master say we must respect all life with gratitude and love. And these words are made by the tangyuan, the small glutinous rice ball, which is our masters and the volunteer. They make the tangyuan, and then they arrange to this, and we read up the color. The second, master they asked us to have a New Year resolution, returning to our pure and true nature. And this is the couplet for this year, and we must have a respect and gratitude to all the sentient beings and the living beings. And we must live in harmony to prevent conflicts, and so that we can create the better thing together. And as we draw near into a new lunar year, so our Master she emerges to make a new vow with a sense of prudence and piety. No matter what afflictions or ignorance or the impurities we have in our mind, as the new year has begun, and we must quickly eliminate from them. And because since we all already attend the Xunfangxiang and listen to Dharma teaching, so and we should every day to remind ourselves we have to get rid of our old afflictions. Yeah, and we also must vow to renew ourselves spiritually and taking the Dharma. So we mustn't remain in our old ways, which is not good, and we must continue to let all the ignorance build up in our mind. So instead of, this is a Master hope that we have a good mind and to get rid of all the ignorance, not to remain the old bad habit. Actually, for our normal being as a people, we are tending to, since the New Year is coming, and I think there's a lot of promotion in all the shopping complex, for promoting maybe for food or maybe for new clothes and shoes and for our dressing. So this is we buy all those new things and we turn to the garbage in the future. So Master give us some teaching, and this is should say we should grateful to certain people, especially for a Chinese New Year. They have some people who are work laborer and they have no holiday, because everyone go out for traveling and they create a lot of garbage on the streets. So certain people, they have to work hard, and maybe they have to have OT and have to OT and to complete their job. So here we listen a few shots of the movie from Master. And Master says,
闹市及观光景点人潮多，制造的垃圾也比平常多出1倍。感恩清洁人员的付出，才能有如此干净的休闲环境。
真侪人伫过年的时，就甲粪所中内底咧，拢摒伫外口出去，规个街仔路满市都是粪，像结对的菩萨。无法度通我做困啊，因规年就是伫咧边，伫咧车遐的粪水。 是对因老婆，安尼我哋练到明白，真歹个，所以这个呢，变落动家，这个辛苦真的非常的多。在室内呢，百货公司啊。也是非常拥挤的人， 也很多，可知道啊，要让整个社会人潮这么多，又能很平安的过这么一个连的长假，可知道有多少人呢？守护着在岗位上要去服务的人，那就是yes. 为了社会维持平安，为了社会突发性爱需要服务，爱严定。
慈济事业从不因假期而停歇，慈济志工也不因年节放松享乐，而守护大地的环保志工更是全年无休，工作当度假。
在环保站里堆积的比平常的多出了好几倍积如山。实际这人他们是利用假日，本来是爱带囝带某出去外面去佚佗去郊游啊，他们就用一种另类的休假，把他度假的方式带进了环保站规家会这就是因的过年，就是他们的度假。
Okay, so actually just now I brought a few movies. The first master asks us to respect and grateful to the garbage collector, 清洁工人. And the second master asks us to grateful to the policemen who have to make sure that the society is safe from the theft or maybe for the robbery happened. And the third is a master asks to thank and grateful to the firefighters, firemen, because maybe sometimes they have a fire happened in the resident's house and they have to work and to put off the fire, and it's very not easy, and because they have to make sure that they safeguard our safety in the society. And the third is master say we have to thank to our medical personnel, 医护人员, because during the holidays, maybe people that traveling easily, there's car accidents and so on, and they have to stand in their job and stand by. And this is why master say we have to grateful for during Chinese New Year for the certain people that we cannot forget their contribute to the society. And now, as we Huang start to work, and not students and majority, we for the year end we will have a year end bonus, and this is what the laborer they hope that they can get some cash or some gift for the new year, for the blessing. And but for our Tzu Chi volunteers, which is when coming to the year end, we will have the year end blessing. Like one master's Sangren, she went on her trip around Taiwan, and she gave send the blessing and to certify the voluntary to the new commissioner. And this is what happened, the activity that we do for the year end in our Tzu Chi communities center. And now, as we are ordinary being, and we will bless with a New Year's greeting, we will say 恭喜. But for we are start to learn as a Buddhism and master how that we learn from the noble beings and the sages and learn from Buddha and the Bodhisattva. We say 法喜 Dharma joy instead of 恭喜. Hope that we all listen to the Dharma with Dharma joy. And this is different. And for the new year, we also will give greetings to people saying that having hope that seek for having a prosperous new year, 恭喜发财, and and earn more. And but for we all who started to learn as a Bodhisattva, the spirit is we hope that we are seek for intangible Dharma joy is 发财, not 发财. This is different, a little bit different. And the other one is like actually our worldwide Tzu family, which is made up of so many small families that all come together as one. So it's just like our abroad. Yeah, and now we see what Master say to everyone.
很欢喜的期待的这一天，最欢喜这一天的是小孩子。还有你看到了小孩子多可爱呀！他们又放假，又有新衣服穿，又有红包拿，就是大人要说好话。看到了人与人都会说：“哎，周日哦，新年快乐哦，事事如意哦。”过年，尤其是劳工朋友，难得一连串的假，他们可以很尽情的、开放的把握时间，休息几天。有的人就说我已经会当休几天呢，我就讲我足羡慕你呢哦。真多人休困是阮愈无闲的事哦。对不起，这是一个家，这个天下第一家，是全球慈济人的家。
春节是全球华人阖家团圆的时刻，大家欢天喜地，互道恭喜。正言上人除了祝福，也启示众人用感恩心送走过去，以欢喜心迎接未来。
Okay, so the movie show just now is about when during Chinese New Year, we are in the here are very busy for making the New Year cake or fa gao or nian gao. So now I'm going to share about our abroad. And actually, for Dharma families who come from afar, from different countries, and when they like last 2 months and 3 months ago, when we have the first overseas New Year blessing in Taiwan, and there's a group of people who come after finish the camp in Taoyuan or Sanchong, and they're back to Hualien for a certain day and to attend our daily job and job with our masters and to do cleaning for the preparation for the new year. And here, this is they grab the opportunity to join me first to do cleaning. And now, this is there are some photos which is taken by last 2 days ago. We have a main kitchen cleaning. Yeah, here are some photos that show to everyone. This is during the day after breakfast, we start to do cleaning because we need to complete before 10 o'clock so that we make sure there's a clean to the kitchen who are in charge and to prepare the lunch time. So we must to be complete and our action must be very quickly to done. Yeah. And we have a group of people who join with us, and they are from Taiwan. And of course, we have a special guest from Mexico. Later, we will invite her to give some sharing and why she will have this chance to join with us for this cleaning. This is we clean the window and the floor. Yeah, and this is during before the volunteers who come overseas back to abroad. They when they stay in abroad, and we must make sure they have a suitable condition for the living room. We will have a very warming blanket and prepare for them. So thanks a lot for our volunteer who helping for the cleaning and so on. And this is for our Fu Hui Chuang, swiping and do the arrangement before the volunteer come. And maybe each meals we have food to eat, we have to thank for the volunteer, especially for the big events like Chinese New Year. There's a lot of vegetable, we buy, and we have to, before we can be a delicious dishes, they have to go through this process, pick up all the good one and we throw the back, like this. And we also cleaning our the level of the Sai Chang, the top floor, and to clean the floor. And this is certain. Yeah, we have a volunteer from Myanmar, Wu Sanding and Wu Mian Ai. Yeah, they also joined me first for the cleaning last 2 months ago. Yeah, and here are some volunteers also come from our Malaysia, which is they are part of Penang and Xingsan, as I know a few of them, and of course from Shelong. Yeah, and we have an Indonesia volunteer as well in this group who are attending the cleaning. And here are the photos that as nearby, next to our Jing nearby the abroad, we have a very big gutter, and every year we have a annually cleaning, and of course there's a volunteer who join with us to do cleaning, and you see there's a lot of mud and the stones here, follow from the mountain down here, and this is the cleaning they did. So this is what the master say. She never read a sutra saying that there's a Bodhisattva who will retire. So as we follow master step, and we join and we live up the Dharma in our daily life, and we consider as a living Bodhisattva. So we shouldn't have a thought, give rise of thought that I want to retire, or maybe because I'm getting old and or I'm sick or whatever reason, and we say you want to stop walking this Bodhisattva path. It's very important. We are not either retires, and also we must keep passing on our spirit of Tzu to our next generation and accompany them with one another. So this is what Master say. And again, because the New Year, and Master say we are not like other people when holiday, especially for such a long New Year holiday, we go out for traveling. And instead of traveling, they are do recycling. And not just recycling, because they are not for outing or for the spring outing to just for play, but they are cherished our Mother Earth, and they do recycling. This is one Master's truly admire and very touched that our volunteer who not just she do good job, but she also will invite her family members who have a long holiday and come back and also join with them to do voluntary. This is the movie that we showed just now, Master did mention. So, and the last but not least, Master say we have to recall our initial aspiration and make a vow for the future. It's important. And now is it's 7:30 sharp, and now we grabbed the opportunity and we invite one of our volunteer, a newly inspired Buddhist from Mexico. Her name is Sister Gracia. So we invite her to give a sharing.
Hello. Well, I'm Gracia from Mexico. And please, if you don't hear me, you can just tell me. And okay. And I just wanted to share a little bit of the experience I had here. And well, it's been a huge pleasure for me to be a volunteer in Sochi. And especially, I was very impressed by all the nuns and the volunteers, by how committed they are in what they do and how welcoming they are. I mean, they really just welcome me as family, and I feel so like touched and blessed because everybody here is so warm and so kind and so dedicated to what they are doing. So that was a huge inspiration for me. And yeah, it's been such a blessing to be part of this and being accepted as an old family member. And yes, thank you.
Actually, I heard they say Gracia, she as a Buddhist as well, Buddhism, and I heard that on her age of 18, she went to Nepal, right?
Yes,
and she after traveling Nepal, and I think she become a Buddhism. And can we know that why you have such a decision and such a firm decision and want to be Buddhism, since you are from Mexico? I think maybe your religion either is Catholic or Christian to be.
Yeah, well, the first time I went to Nepal, I went to a Buddhist course, and I was so touched by the teachings of the Buddha, and I immediately felt at home. Like I was walking in the monastery where the course was, and I just had this feeling of I am at home. Like I came back, and I think it's a huge inspiration of just living life, and everything makes sense. Like everything, I think makes perfect, sense. So.
Yeah, and one more question, as I heard that she also a vegetarian, a vegan. She take vegan. I'm not sure how long she been taken. And since masters say there are two things important for us to save our Mother Earth, because since the climate condition have become more erratic, 气候极端. So we should do recycling. And the second, we must be a vegan and go for vegetarian. So may I know how many years or how long you've been as a vegan, and what reason make you want to be a vegan?
Well, I started when I was 12 years old. And my reason was because I couldn't eat any meat or fish or chicken anymore. Every time I was eating, I felt very physically bad. And so at the beginning, it was really natural for me, just like my body was telling me not to. And later on, I met this friend, and she explained me all the benefits of being a vegan, especially environmental benefits and also for health. And again, everything made complete sense. So, and the animals, they suffer so much, so I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, so this is action as a compassion as well. Because masters say when we take our vegetarian is to increase our compassion, 培养慈悲心, to raise our compassion instead of eating the meat, because they are also as living beings. So thank you for Sister Gracia who give us sharing, and thank you. Today we are here in this room. There's full of people as before. So yeah, I hope we can invite more people to join with us. Yeah. So this is a good start, and I hope for the next in the future we have more people, especially maybe hopefully in one day in Mexico we also can have such a connection to share a Dharma share in English. So because since we hope that to inspire more people, especially young generation, to join with us to do this such a good thing, yeah, and to let the world peaceful, more peaceful, like the master give us a corporate for this year, respect and living. So now thank you, and we give back to Sister Jing, and because we have a sister who going to give us a sharing and review the Dharma of the Lotus Sutra on chapter 2, skillful mean, 方便品. So yeah, let us have a chance to listen. Thank you.
Most grateful to Huang Sifu and Sister Gracia for such wonderful heartfelt sharing. Yeah, over to USJ, Sister Stephanie, chapter 2.
I already shared. Can you see my? Okay, here it is. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, Sister Stephanie, good. Yes, we can see you and hear you, and the PPT clearly.
Good morning, Amitofo, to Sifu, Huang Dharma team, brothers and sisters. Welcome to today's review of the Lotus Sutra. My name is Stephanie. I'm from the USJ Center here in Malaysia. Before I start, I would like to say unlimited kan'en to Sister Siu Jing for the opportunity to do sharing. I will be sharing on chapter 2, skillful means, based on my personal experience and also limited understanding of Master's sermon. This sermon was entitled, Now is the Right Time. Okay, firstly, what is skillful means? According to Master in this episode, skillful means, it actually means we are using skillful expressions or analogies to explain an effective and proper principle according to someone's capacity. So, but however, Master also mentioned that there are 3 very important criteria to fulfill before we can say anything to anyone, and they are, first is the person, second is the time, and thirdly is the place. Now, person here refers to the capability or the mental capacity of the audience. Are they able to understand or comprehend what we are going to say? While time and space refers to the conditions that are present, meaning even if it's the right person and he's capable to understand, is it the right time and right place to say what we have to say? I think these are very wise advice from Master that we have to take note of. So now, to expand further about the meaning of capability, I would like to share a small story that I used to tell my kids some time ago when they were little. The story goes something like this. Okay, one day there was a mother goose. Okay, there was this mother goose. She was taking a walk, and then she stumbled upon this huge, beautiful flower along the path. She was so amazed at the beauty that she loudly exclaimed, "Oh wow, what a beautiful flower." But there were a few little ants on the ground, and when they heard this remark, they protested, and they said, "What do you mean beautiful flower? All we see are just roots and more roots." Yeah. Now, meanwhile, there was also a caterpillar who was chomping on a piece of juicy leaf here, as you can see. And when she heard the conversation between the mother goose and the ants, she could not help but to give them a piece of her own mind. She said, "No, no, no, all of you are wrong. What there is here is just leaves and stem, okay?" Now, just at that time, there was a little bee who was buzzing around looking for nectar, on the flower. And he was the only one who could agree with the mother goose. So the 3 of them started to kind of like argue a bit, Now, at this time, the mother goose was beginning to understand that, hey, she realized what was really happening. So she patiently and gently told the ants, the caterpillar, and the bee that actually they were all correct. In fact, the roots, stem, leaves, and flower, they are all part of a the beautiful plant, the same beautiful plant. So this story also actually reminds me of my own personal journey in learning the Dharma, which started about 20 years ago when I first became a mother. Okay, my first child, here she is. Her name is Mei Jane. Here she is at 2 months. She's very cute, very beautiful when she was born, but she was born with a very severe congenital defect of her heart, which is called PAVSD. And doctors told us that she would not live past 5 years old, yeah, unless a series of corrective surgeries were done. Yeah, all in all, she did about 5 surgeries, yeah, before the age of 4. So from there on, here she is. Yeah, here she is at 3 years old. The most major one that she had was the final corrective surgery. So from there on, not only, like I said, my search for the best medical attention for her, but also my quest for the answers to the one burning question that I have in my mind, which was, why me? You know, why me? Why do I have to have a baby with a defect? And why her? Yeah, she looks so perfect on the outside. She's cute. She's bubbly. She's a happy child. But why does she have to suffer from this serious congenital defect? So in my journey, I'm really very grateful that I found the Buddha's teachings. And also for my child, I'm grateful to her because she was the catalyst for me to seek the truth about life. So Master says, as ordinary beings, yeah, our worldview is limited by and conditioned by our own storehouse of past karma. So what is usually found in the minds of ordinary beings? According to Master, there are 84,000 types of afflictions caused by moment-to-moment volitions and actions, you know, that keep creating karma in our minds, you know, and actions. So that sounds like a very scary number, right? But the good news is, for all the afflictions, there is also a Dharma door that can be opened to treat this affliction. Now, to me, that is good news because that means Dharma can be found all around us in our daily life if we consciously seek for it and we sincerely learn it and practice it. So, but the question is, how do we find the right Dharma for the right Dharma door to treat the right affliction? And to this, Master says, we must understand the capability or the mental capacity of the afflicted ones. Then only we can use the suitable or appropriate medicine to treat. But more importantly than that, Master wisdom gave us this. Even with the right medicine, there are still 3 things that we must have. So what are the 3 things, yeah? Master says we first must have good affinity. If we don't have it, we must build it. And second, we must treat everyone with respect because everyone has the innate Buddha nature. And finally, we must use the suitable analogy to guide and teach only when all the conditions just now are suitable. Yeah? Okay. So just to expand on the first criteria, which is affinity, Master always tell us, yeah, good affinity is very important criteria in dealing with people. If we do not have enough good affinity or what we say, either chun kwan with the other person, either chun kwan means like deposit of love, even kind words may not be taken well by the other party. In fact, sometimes kind words can be misconstrued. So therefore, we must always firstly 结好缘 or create good affinity even to people who have hurt us. Now for me, I look at it as this lack of affinity is like a broken bridge between 2 people. Yeah. So in order to connect or talk to the other person, we must firstly mend the bridge first. And how do we mend this bridge? Master always remind us, we must pave the path with love, as only unconditional great love can transform that affinity to a positive one and thereafter connect both these hearts. So as an example, since I am one of the leaders in the English parent-child bonding class, as you can see here, we take a lot of time and effort to build good affinity with our parents and children through outings like this. You can see this is a big group outing. We have a huge what do you call that, picnic at one of the parks here, yeah, sometime in 2017. Because all these parents, they are very new, yeah, so we have this what do you call this, picnic, to have fun and games, you know, get to know all of them. And really after this session, a lot of the parents become very close to us, the community, and also among them, yeah. And for us, we also have smaller gatherings like this ones, yeah, where we share vegetarian food, and then we share, you know, during functions and all that. And for those some whom we are trying to help, yeah, we involve them on a very personal level like this. We include them in our own family outings. So when we do that, Master reminds us it's always important to be understanding, always accommodating, and treat everyone with respect. I always feel that very grateful to them for letting us walk into their lives and to walk with them together. Because I feel that every person that come into the path, they are holding up a mirror for me to do self-reflection, yeah, to become a better person. So we also create a lot of conditions for them to walk on the path. Here you can see the parents and children, they actually take roles, yeah. They not come to the class just to receive. They actually actively take roles in the teaching of the Jing aphorism, as you can see here. Yeah, the parents get together, they even have do talks, do sharing, and do the storytelling, yeah, and you can see all the happy faces. And of course, we create a lot of conditions for them to serve others through the sending love activities like this. So when when Buddha expounded the Dharma, he too was subjected to the same conditions. He had to teach according to the capability of the people, and this required a lot of skillful means. Like one of the skillful means was, I remember Master says, in this case, usually when the Buddha would give a discourse, it would be based on causes and conditions that arise. But this time around, before he expounded the Lotus Sutra, the Buddha actually manifested auspicious signs like this one, the one where he emitted very bright light from between his brows while he was in Samadhi. And when he emerged, upon emerging from Samadhi, the Buddha actually chose to address Sariputra, yeah? Chose to address Sariputra instead. So Master says these are the Buddha's skillful means. Firstly, he manifested the auspicious signs to get everybody's attention and focus. And then he chose to address Sariputra because Sariputra was the leader of the hearers. He was foremost in his wisdom, and he was very much respected, yeah, among the practitioner of the small vehicle. So these are the skillful means that the Buddha used also. Okay, so why is it now the right time to expound the Lotus Sutra? According to these three conditions, the Buddha had already met these three conditions. Let us see how more in details, yeah? Now, referring to persons, if we look at this verse in the Lotus Sutra chapter 2, the Buddha said to Shariputra, now this assembly has neither branches nor leaves, only good firm fruits. Now this verse was referring to the 5,000 disciples who left the assembly just before the Buddha expounded this sutra. And the reason they left was actually due to their own arrogance and their own karma, you know, because they felt they had really nothing more to learn. They really felt they already achieved realization. So they took leave from the assembly. Now, so after they left, the remaining ones are the good firm fruits, meaning these people are the ones who are steadfast and they are very pure-hearted in their faith and also their diligence. Therefore, they are the right candidate for the transmission of this sutra. Okay, and how about the condition of time and place? Is it right? I refer to this verse in the chapter that says the reason a Tathagata emerges is to teach the Buddha wisdom. And now, without joy and with joy and without fear, in the midst of bodhisattvas, frankly putting aside skillful means, I teach only the unexcelled way. The way I connect this is now the fruits, the branches and leaves are already gone, right? And now at the vulture peak, the Buddha feels that it is really the right time and right place to put aside the two vehicle teachings or the provisional teachings to reveal what was his true intent, which was the one great cause of him coming to the world. Yeah, because he will now open the great door to the Buddha's wisdom and his original intent, which is the one great vehicle. So Master always talk about this one great cause and one great vehicle. So what is the meaning of these two terms? One great cause actually means one is the one ultimate reality, which is our pure intrinsic nature. And this pure intrinsic nature, according to Master, is so vast, it is boundless, therefore it is very great. And all Tathagatas actually know this, yeah? And this is the actual cause of the Tathagatas returning to the world to teach us and guide us so that they can transform us. And how can they transform us? By giving us the true teachings of the one great vehicle to enter the Buddha's mind. Because that is the original intent of all Buddhas. And and this great vehicle actually is the teachings of the Bodhisattva path to help us realize Buddhahood, which is true nirvana. And after we have realized true nirvana, after we have awakened, we will come back and awaken ourselves. So when the Buddha was revealing this ultimate reality, it is as if we are led to his treasury. And this treasury is actually found within our own minds, right? As Master says, in the eighth consciousness, there is a treasury of good and bad stuff, right? Depends on, some people may have a lot of good stuff, some people may have a combination of good and bad. So what the Buddha is trying to do is to help us open this treasury. And firstly, we must see how much afflictions we have inside, yeah, to be able to take the right medicine. And but our true suchness or Dhammakaya actually lies within all these afflictions. And I find this very comforting, because Master says, even when the afflictions increases, our Dhammakaya never ever decreases. And the Buddha, using the one vehicle way, teaches how to clear up these afflictions to reveal our true nature. So how do we clear it up? It is through the wondrous path. And what is this wondrous path? The wondrous path is the one vehicle way. And I'd like to share this verse in the chapter. With the power of skillful means, I have revealed the Dharma of three vehicles, yet all world-honored ones teach the one vehicle way, transforming countless beings, enabling them to enter the Buddha way. And when the children of the Buddha have taken this path, in a future life, they will become Buddhas. I'm very comforted to read this line always. Yeah. Now, looking back at my own journey in learning the Dharma, yeah, it is as if I have gone through all the vehicles, you know, of the goat cart, the deer cart, and finally now to the great white ox cart. Because initially in my years of learning, I was focused on the small vehicle teachings, which was fundamentally about the Four Noble Truths. And I was just very focused on relieving myself from my deep suffering. Because after my daughter's final operation, I actually fell into a deep depression, a very, very deep, severe depression that came and went for most part of my motherhood years, yeah. And initially, my savior came in the form of meditation, which helped me manage my chronic insomnia and suicidal thoughts while raising my young family. So I'm always very grateful to the Buddha and his teachings, for it had helped me answer my very first question, why me? And the answer to this question is, I found, why not me? Because suffering follows like the wheels of the cart that is pulled by the ox if we did not live heedfully. Yeah. So it was only in 2006 when I attended an exhibition in Penang Jingsi Hall that I finally found a master that touched and inspired me so deeply, until that after watching the exhibition, after going through the exhibition, I asked myself, hey, what is my life purpose if it's not to follow her? So despite my mental and physical health issues, I overcame many obstacles from my own past karma, I believe, through sincerely seeking the truth, and also the master's teaching of making vows to benefit others on the Bodhisattva path. So I'm always very grateful to Master for her wisdom in creating Tzu Chi as a training ground for Bodhisattvas, and also to the Buddha for his Dharma that is excellent in the beginning, in the middle, and also in the end. So to put it all in perspective, let us come back, let us come back to this flower picture. The flower actually cannot exist by itself. It is part of the entire plant, that consists of the roots, the leaves, the stem, and the flower. And the Buddha already knew this all along. The Buddha being this mother goose. But he had to keep aside his true intent for more than 42 years, as the capabilities of sentient beings was not ready to accept his true teachings. So he used his wisdom and skillful means to teach beings of different capacity, like the ant, the caterpillar, and the bee. So what I'm saying is, no, there's a good news is you don't stay an ant forever, okay? You can become a caterpillar and you can become the bee. And the best news is you can become the mother goose. And what I'm saying is also, if you are the ant, for now, be the best ant that you can be by striving on diligently on the path. Because you may not be an ordinary ant, you will become an awakened ant instead. So same goes for if you are a caterpillar or a bee. And if we continue to be diligent, our knowledge and views will become closer to that of the mother goose. So that was the Buddha's original intent, which is to lead us to realize the awakened state of the Buddha's mind. So how do we walk and pave this path? Master says by practicing the 6P, 4M, and the 3N. What are the 6 Ps? They are, of course, the 6 paramitas of giving, precepts, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. And we must combine this with the 4 infinite minds that makes up all the 10 paramitas, which is loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. And also the 3 non-leaks, making sure there's non-leaks in our precept, samadhi, and wisdom. Okay, so I would like to end the chapter 2 by sharing this verse. There will also be those who are modest and pure-hearted, devoted to seeking the Buddha way. Your hearts should be filled with great joy, for you know that you too will become Buddhas. So Master tells us that despite our own imperfections, as long as we are pure-hearted, sincere, and diligent in listening to the Dharma, in contemplating and practicing it by serving the multitude, we will definitely gain the realizations and experience great Dharma joy, and continue to forge ahead. We will get closer and closer to the treasury of the Tathagata. So with that, I would like to end my sharing today.感恩 very much.
Sister Stephanie for wonderful sharing. Sifu, Huang Sifu, your insights.感恩.
Okay, thank you for Sister Stephanie sharing. Truly, for those like us who are so lucky, have a chance to meet our Sangha master and follow her step is not easy, because even though the skillful mean they must have to fulfill the attendance for the 6, and if there's no affinity we form for the past, we won't have a chance to meet in the Tzu world, and we practice and to learn and to do the same thing, to sow the blessing by doing good activities that Master gives us the formation, and we will have a chance to cultivate for our future better. So I think time is up, and thank you for the sharing. It's so touching, and it's not easy. Luckily, she have a Dharma from the master wherever she face the obstacles for her daughter, who are seem so small and so diagnosed with such a disease, and she have to overcome a lot of problems. And finally, yeah, she have a Dharma emerge in her heart, and she can release the tension. And thank you for everyone to give me a chance for sharing. And yeah, thank you.
And so much we have heard lots of very heartfelt, powerful and wise sharing. 感恩师父黄师父，感恩 Sister Gracia， 感恩 brothers and sisters for your presence today. Hope that each of us could sustain the Dharma joy and take another piece of Dharma by and love our life. Let's make it out to the Buddha Dharma Master as we depart to things in our daily life. Let us take our respects to our teachers' life universal truth. The first bow. Second bow. Third bow. And bow to our beloved Sifu, who joined us today. And worldwide family, everyone around the globe today.
Okay, thank you.